dot. Opening roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran.
I'm here.
Mr. Ray.
Here.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Here.
Mrs. Coons.
Here.
Mr. Eitner.
Here.
Miss Anderson.
Here.
Good to have you.
Yes.
Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Right. I'd like to make a motion to excuse Mrs. Cochran.
I
from our meeting.
second.
Thank you. Any discussion, Council? Although she's on the phone, any discussion?
Yeah.
I hope it's super rainy.
She's like, oh, it's just sunny and 80.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Yes.
Mrs. Coons.
Yes.
Mr. Eitner.
Yes.
Miss Anderson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Council. Next, I'm looking for a motion, please, to accept minutes from February 20th, 2024 Council meeting as presented and not read, please.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from Council February 20th, 2020 Council meeting as presented and not read.
A second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Yes.
Mrs. Coons.
Yes.
Mr. Eitner.
Yes.
Miss Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Okay, we're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from February 17th, 2024 to February 28th, 2024, totaling $873,054.60 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from February 17th, 2024 to February 28th, 2024, totaling $873,054.60 as presented and not read.
Second.
Any discussion, Council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons.
Yes.
Mr. Eitner.
Yes.
Miss Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from February 17th, 2024 to February 28th, 2024, totaling $1,207,100.16 as presented and not read, please.
But I'll make a motion to accept bills from February 7th, 2024 to February 28th, 2024, totaling $1,207,100.16 as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion, Council? Roll call, please.
Mr. Eitner.
Yes.
Miss Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Yes.
Mrs. Coons.
Yes.
Thank you, Council. We're looking next for a motion to accept February 2024 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept February 2024 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read.
I second.
Any discussion, Council? Roll call, please.
Miss Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter.
Yes.
Mrs. Coons.
Yes.
Mr. Eitner.
Yes.
Okay, we're next moving to the reading of ordinances and resolutions, and again, it's great to have you back, Mrs. Sayers.
Resolution number 7345-2024, a resolution proclaiming the Village of Lakemore will observe April 2024 as Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Whereas more than 700 injury crashes involve distracted driving on an average day, and the economic toll of all motor vehicle crashes in the U.S. annually exceeds $400 billion. Whereas talking on a mobile phone, even in hands-free mode, texting, programming your dashboard, infotainment system, or GPS device can divert your attention away from driving and result in physical or cognitive distraction. Whereas the Village of Lakemore residents and all Americans deserve to live in communities that promote safe driving behaviors and healthy lifestyles. Whereas preventing distracted driving injuries and deaths requires the cooperation of all levels of government, employers, and the general public. Whereas the National Safety Council and the Lakemore Police Department work to promote policies, practices, and procedures leading to increased safety, protection, and health in business and industry, in schools and colleges, on roads and highways, and in homes and communities. Whereas the National Safety Council and the Lakemore Police Department in 2024 will provide this nation with a month-long distracted driving public education campaign. Whereas spring is a time when people begin to log more miles on the road, and it is imperative to focus attention on motor vehicle injury risks and preventions. Therefore, the mayor and council of the Village of Lakemore hereby proclaim the Village of Lakemore as supporting Distracted Driving Awareness Month in April 2024 and strongly urges the citizens and businesses of the Village of Lakemore to observe a Distracted Driving Awareness Month by practicing safe driving behaviors and pledging to drive distraction-free. Section 1, that the Village of Lakemore recognizes April 2024 as Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Section 2, that it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 3, this resolution shall go into effect on and after the earliest period allowed by law. Ordinance number 1844-2024, an ordinance to adopt the amended municipal income tax provisions in Ohio House Bill 33. Whereas on July 3rd, 2023, Governor DeWine signed House Bill 33, the state budget bill or the bill, into law. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council agrees to adopt the amended municipal income tax provisions in Ohio House Bill 33. Section 2, a copy of the amended municipal income tax provisions is attached here too and incorporated herein as if fully rewritten. Section 3, all ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Those ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are not in conflict with any provision of this ordinance are hereby expressly accepted from repeal by this ordinance and shall continue in full force and effect until otherwise amended or repealed by council. Section 4 of this ordinance is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this ordinance shall take effect immediately. Ordinance number 1845-2024, an ordinance to amend Ordinance 1833-2023, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to increase appropriations in Street Construction, Maintenance, and Repair Fund 2011, $46,607.60 for Parent Asphalt Company for the 2023 Concrete Pavement Repair Program, and Wenger Excavating, Inc. for the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project. Permissive Motor Vehicle License Tax Fund 2101, $30,000 for Parent Asphalt Company for the 2023 Concrete Pavement Repair Program. Sewer Operating Fund 5201, $50,000 for Wenger Excavating, Inc. for the 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project. Section 2, Treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore, approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of the council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrant shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon a bill 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 3, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance shall go into effect immediately.
We'll move next into the mayor's report. I only have one item to address this evening, and that is to announce that the Lakemore Food Pantry will move 1 week earlier for the month of March 2024. So the evening that we'll be operating will be Wednesday, the 20th of March at 5 o'clock instead of the last week of the month, which is the typical Wednesday that we operate. Again, Lakemore Food Pantry is moving up 1 week to the 20th instead of a week later, and this would be typical. And that's all I have at the moment. We'll move into council report. Sam, give me.
a whole lot. Just that our next council meetings will be March 18th and April 1st. Those are both going to be at 7 p.m. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
Just a reminder to everybody that the community garden is about that time. I'll start thinking about it. Plots are going to start getting prepared, get ready to go. If you're interested in starting your own garden, you don't have any room in your yard or whatever to do it, there you go. We have plenty of space, and space is available. I'd also like to put a thank you out to Frank, Jim, Dan, Carolyn from Springfield Lakemore Community Channel 1023. I know Frank and Dan are here every meeting, setting up early, come in way before anybody, try getting everything all set up, and be able to tape and show our council meetings on their YouTube channel and on the 1023 cable channel. If you were to view the current programming schedule, you can turn into the channel or go online to springfieldtownship.us or their Facebook page. Community members can access all current and past programming on demand via their new YouTube channel. Right now they're showing the following programs. The Portage Lakes Joint Vocational School District meeting from 2:15. The Springfield Local School Board and Education meeting from February 20th. The Springfield Trustees meeting from February 22nd. And Spirit Sparks Spectacular Showcase Part 1 and 2 from February 24th. If there's any events or activities in Lakemore or Springfield communities that you would like to see on the community channel, you can go by contacting your local government officials, and they will spread the word to you. And with that, I think
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you for turn.
Okay, we have the Easter egg hunt is coming up on March 30th at 1 p.m. at Springfield High School. Weather permitting, we'll either be out in the field if Ohio decides to cooperate, or we'll be in the gym depending on if we get a rainy day. So if anyone has any candy that they'd like to donate for this event, we will gladly accept any candy donations. The more the merrier. And you can leave them with any of the Tracy's down here. And yeah, that's March 30th, 1 p.m., Springfield High School. And that's all I have.
Awesome.
I'd like to say the next council workshop will be March 13th and March 26th, each 6 p.m., right here in this administration building. That's all I've got.
I would just like to thank everybody that came out to the Uncle Tito's fundraiser that Spartan Snap Pack had. I think everybody had a good time. They always good food at Uncle Tito's, so we really appreciate all the things that Uncle Tito's does for this community.
They're so awesome.
They are. Fernando and all his employees, they are so giving to this community and the kids in Springfield, and they just are so supportive of the Spartan Snap Pack program. So we just would like to thank Uncle Tito's and everybody that came out. It was wonderful to show your support for our program. With this will allow us to be able to reach more kids. Matter of fact, just in the last 2 weeks, we have added another 8 kids. So now we are up to, like 148, 150, somewhere around there. We still have a little bit left to go in the school year, so we'll probably be adding some more. This just allows us to reach more kids, get more stuff from, the Acton Canton Food Bank. So it really, truly, means a lot to us to have the community support that we have. So I'd just like to say thank you.
Uncle Tito's is the best.
They are.
Did you want to say anything about license, permissive funds? I miss you reporting on the permissive funds when you go get your licensing.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I forgot.
Yes.
just make sure you say like.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, one of the things that was on the thing that Tracy read tonight was, the funds that we get from the, to be able to do the roads and stuff, that we get that money from the state when you go and get your driver's license or your tags for your cars and renew those and stuff. A portion of that, when you let them know where you live, and sometimes they don't always understand that especially if you have the zip code 44312, they think that that is Akron. So just kind of when you do your registration, make sure that it is for the Village of Lakemore, so that allows us to, get the funds that should be coming to us, and that allows us to maintain our roads and fix our roads and, do the projects that we need to do. So just kind of make the deputy register make sure that they're aware that if you are in Lakemore, just kind of let them know, make sure that that's what's on your renewal. So,
I just paid for license plates, so I think I just paid to pave 7th Street.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
It's not cheap.
No.
Mrs. Cochran, did you have anything before we go to
Well,
Tracy?
just 2 things real quick. One, of course, I wanted to say how much.
Uh-oh.
We lost you.
Yeah, she didn't want to say much.
I just wanted to say,
Oh.
Completely lost her.
yeah. Try that again.
What the heck?
What the heck, right? You just wanted to say,
Anyhow,
beat.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe the Wi-Fi failed or something. But I wanted to, I don't know if you heard me, but I really do appreciate Uncle Cheetos also. So I just wanted to make sure that I was not able to be there, but I really appreciate everything that they do. And I also wanted to welcome back Tracy. I don't know, even though when she wasn't there, she was still working from home. And thank the employees that might have to take on maybe a little bit more duties or responsibility or chores or whatever because she wasn't there. Just thank any employee that was impacted by that. So that was it for me.
Awesome, thanks, Laura. Tracy, here was coming.
Yeah. First of all, we are coordinating a Lakemore cleanup day. It's slated for April 20th. Normally we have them start at 9 a.m. We're doing it as a collaborative effort with Springfield Assembly of God and some of our churches here in Lakemore. So we'll have more information coming out, but that's what we have planned. And then also, March 10th to March 16th is Groundwater Awareness Week. And this is really important for us because our water that we drink in the Village of Lakemore is groundwater. There's groundwater, which comes from wells that are drilled, or you have surface water. That's what the city of Akron has. And so groundwater awareness is important for us. Just understanding the facts about groundwater. The average household's leaks can account for nearly 10,000 gallons of water wasted every year. So that's something to think about if you have leaky pipes, drips. 10% of homes have leaks that waste 90 gallons or more per day, according to the EPA. Of the estimated 29 billion gallons of water used daily by households in the United States, nearly 9 billion gallons, or 30%, is devoted to outdoor water use, washing your cars, watering your plants, watering your grass. And I know we have a lot of new homes in Head Lake, and I think a lot of the homeowners associations require that you keep your grass watered, but that is something to think about. The United States uses 82.3 billion gallons per day of fresh groundwater for public supply, private supply, irrigation, livestock manufacturing, mining, thermoelectric power, and other purposes. We have an area where our wells fields are, and that's the Upper Waterworks area up on Sanitarium. And that is called our source water protected area. And we have restrictions that we have to follow from the EPA to keep our groundwater safe. And so all this information we're going to be sharing on our social media, but just a couple of the highlights. Ideas for consumers. Manage household hazardous waste properly. And we've included the contact information for Summit Reworks. the organization that's funded by the EPA to help people discard their household hazardous materials. Avoid dumping, meaning don't put stuff down the sink, don't dump stuff outside. Everything at some point could probably make its way down into our groundwater system, and it also could make its way to Springfield Lake, so we want to keep everything cleaned up. Clean up after yourself and your pets. That's a big thing that we send out reminders to people on this source water protection area. Use alternative products, things that aren't harmful. Find your source, which our source water protected area is Sanitarium Road, that area, but it does go all the way up to Canton Road. It comes down this direction by the fire station. So those are areas that you really have to be mindful. If something is spilled, if there is some kind of a spill, whether it be fuel, anything toxic. Conserve water. I don't know, I always see out west where they are always trying to conserve water. And that's something that we need to try to do here. One of the easiest things to do is use rain barrels. That way you can use that water to water your plants. Limit the use of fertilizers and pesticides. The village did pass an ordinance a few years ago that you can't use fertilizers or pesticides if you are near a waterway already. But it's just something that's harmful to, it could be to our groundwater, but also to Springfield Lake. And then just look for volunteer activities that, you know, might help promote clean water, either drinking water or storm water. So, that's all I have.
Any updates on the water tower? How it's going?
They're working on it. They've got the base poured. So that's moving along. 6th, 7th, and Frank Street project. It's moving along right now. They're kind of in a holding pattern, waiting for the next phase for the sewer stuff. And then once the weather is clear for sure, then that's when they'll do the paving. It's going good.
I do have one thing. Tracy and I were speaking the other day, and one of the things that I've come to learn is there is a program that is run through Summit County Community Action. That it is called the LIWAP program. It is Low Income Household Water Assistance Program. It's designed to help income-eligible residents with their water and wastewater bills. I did give Tracy the link to put on. There's a way to schedule online. So she is going to put that on the Village of Lakemore website, and or you can call this number. It is to the Summit County Community Action. It is 330-436-0261 to schedule your appointment. The best time to call or try to schedule these are early in the morning. I believe it starts at like 8 or 9 o'clock, so that's generally the best times to try to get a hold of that. But you know, if people are struggling in the village to get their bills paid, you know, their water bills, their sewer bills, things like that, this is a good resource for the Village of Lakemore to be able to do this. And there's several different sites that you can choose from to go to. So if one says that there's no appointments, you can check a couple other ones. And you don't have to go in anymore to do your interviews with the PIP and the HEAP and the LIWA programs. They take all your information and then they will call you on your scheduled appointment date. So you don't even have to go into these programs and things. They can do it all online. You can upload your documents. proof of income, everything that they need. So they are trying to make this a lot more user friendly, and I'm sure that if anyone is kind of new to be able to do this, on phone or computers, they're not kind of tech savvy. I'm sure you could either call the main Summit County community action, and they can maybe walk you through it, or try to get someone that can help you. But they try to make this as easy as possible for you. So if you have transportation issues and things like that, that's something that you don't have to worry about anymore to be able to get this signed up. And I think this would be a really good beneficial program, especially because a lot of people in Lakemore are on fixed incomes. So this is just another resource to be able to help out. So just wanted to throw that.
I would like to add something to that. I also was talking to Tracy about that program, but the one question I would have is everybody wants to do things with technology, and I bet you not every person that needs this has a computer or knows how to use one.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that you can probably do is go up to the library, and they would be able to help you scan items in, and they can probably show you how to be able to send it on their computers. The library is such a great resource to be able to send, different things. If you have an issue with printing, they help with printing too. So that's a good resource to be able to go up there, and they can probably help you with, the non-tech savvy stuff. But so a lot of the times, just even if you have a smartphone, like pay stubs or, letters or things like that, you could just take a picture of it, and then, be able to go in and upload, just pictures of that you've taken with your phone. It's just something as simple as that, but they would be able to help you out of the library for sure.
Thanks, Heather.
Thank you. No, okay. And we don't have old business, so we just have 2 items to get through. So you're up, Mr. Ray.
Okay. So the first thing, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1844-2024. This is an ordinance to adopt the amended municipal income tax provisions in Ohio House Bill 33. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 readings.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strickmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Miss Anderson?
Yes. I'd like to second the original.
Any discussion, council? Roll call, please.
Mr. Strickmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Miss Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes. Alright, cool. And then last, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1845-2024. This is an ordinance to amend ordinance 1833-2024 to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with 3 readings.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Miss Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strickmatter?
Yes.
Alright, are you ready?
I'll second the original.
Are there any discussion, council? Roll call, please.
Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Miss Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strickmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
I see no reason to go into executive session here.
Not that I know of.
No.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second.
All right.
Roll call, please. Thank
Miss
you.
Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strickmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Thank you.